The Supreme Net. Digha Nikaya 1, the first long discourse of the Buddha. The setting. Thus have I heard. At one time, the Blessed One was traveling between Rajagaha and Nalanda, accompanied by a large assembly of monks, about 500 in number. Along the way, the grove known as Kanikara was in full bloom. A monk, having donned his robe in the morning and taken his bowl and outer robe, approached the Blessed One. After bowing, he stood to one side and said, "Venerable Sir, there are certain recluses and Brahmins who criticize the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, using all kinds of harsh and piercing speech. What should we think about that?" The Blessed One replied, "You should not be angry or upset about that. If you become angry or bitter when others speak critically, it will be a hindrance to your inner development. If others speak falsely, then simply say, 'Such speech is untrue, unfitting, unconnected to reality, and undeserving of respect.' And likewise, there are those who praise the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha with various kinds of uplifting words. What should we think about that? You should not be elated or proud because of that either. If others speak truly, then simply say, 'Such speech is correct, fitting, aligned with truth, and worthy of honor.'" The types of conduct discussed. Monks. Some people praise the Tathagata for trivial things. They say, "The recluse Gautama abstains from killing, from stealing, from sexual misconduct, from false speech, and from intoxicants. He eats once a day. He lives in the forest. He wears only robes made from discarded cloth. But these are merely outward behaviors, visible to the world. There are other ascetics and Brahmins who do these things too. These are not what truly define the Tathagata. What is deep, subtle, difficult to understand, realized by the noble ones. This is what makes the Tathagata praise and honor worthy." 62 views in the net of Brahma. Monks. There are 62 kinds of speculative views that people cling to. When grasped and adhered to, they lead to confusion, debate, and suffering. They do not lead to dispassion, to peace, to direct knowledge, to full awakening, to Nibbana. I shall describe these to you. 18 views about the past. There are recluses and Brahmins who, speculating about the past, hold various views. 1 to 4. Eternalism. Some say, the self and the world are eternal, unchanging, lasting forever. They arrive at this view through recollections of past lives. Others say, the self and the world are partially eternal, partially non-eternal. This is because they remember some things continuing and others ceasing. 5 to 8. Finite and infinite views. Some claim the world is finite. Others say infinite. Some say it is both, or neither finite nor infinite. These are based on reasoning or meditative experience. 9 to 12. Hedonism and asceticism as ultimate. Some teach that ultimate truth is found in pleasure. Others in self-mortification. These views are based on indulgence in extremes, mistaking them for salvation. 13 to 16. Identity views. Others say, the self is material, or the self is immaterial, or the self is both material and immaterial, or the self is neither material nor immaterial. These derive from speculative reflection on the nature of the being. 17 to 18. Unchanging soul doctrine. Still others say, this self is eternal and unchanging, journeying through many lives unchanged. This is another variant of eternalism, based on belief in an immortal soul. 44 views about the future. There are other recluses and Brahmins who speculate about the future. 19 to 22. Post-death consciousness views. Some say, after death, a person is conscious, with form, or conscious, without form, or unconscious, or neither conscious nor unconscious. Each of these is based on their meditation experience or speculation. 23 to 26. Nihilistic views. Some believe that after death, a person is utterly annihilated, ceasing to exist. They see no rebirth, no karma, no continuation. 27 to 30. Amoral views. Others teach there is no good or evil, no afterlife, no consequences to actions. They live without restraint, seeking only personal gain. 31 to 34. Chance and fate views. Some say all happens by fate. Others say by chance, or by divine creation, or by nature. These deny human agency and karma. 35 to 38. Survival after death through meditation. There are some who, through deep meditation, attain a refined state of perception and believe after death, one remains conscious in infinite space, or in infinite consciousness, or in nothingness, or in neither perception nor non-perception. These are temporary meditative states, misunderstood as final or eternal. 39 to 42. Cessation-based views. Others attain the state of cessation, where perception and feeling completely cease, and believe after death, there is no consciousness, because I have known cessation. They confuse a temporary meditative absorption with the ultimate end. 43 to 44. Fragmented continuity theories. Then there are some who reflect consciousness continues after death for some time, then ceases. Or consciousness arises intermittently after death, in fits and starts. These propose an irregular survival theory, partially annihilationist, partially eternalist. How these views arise? Monks. In each case, these views come from one of three sources. First, remembrance of past lives, whether genuine or imagined. Second, deductive reasoning, based on limited or flawed logic. Third, meditative attainment, mistaken for final realization. These people cling to their experiences and form rigid conclusions. But those conclusions are based on what is felt, perceived, or inferred, not on full understanding. Why the Tathagata is free from all views. The Tathagata, monks, understands all these views, how they arise, how they bind, how they mislead.